This is going to be a video on my 16 by 8 layout that I have been presently working on. It's been a long time making this thing. It's taken me so far over 3 months. It's in our new house. I built, as you can see, the upper canopy with LED lights. You shut the lights off in the center of the room just to give it a little nicer glow, and it brings out the highlights of all the layout. But for this video, I'll leave the lights on. This is a lift out bridge that I made. This is probably going to change. I'm going to make a different type of bridge, but for right now, that's what I'm using. As you can see, the track's not ballasted. It's not even painted, actually. Some of it was. I painted. I'll show you a little bit. But I've been working on the scenery. This is a hill I created. It's all made out of pink foam. Everything's pretty much made that way. The trees, pine trees, are homemade by me. There's a lot of videos online that show how to do that. If you want to find out how I did mine, just send me an email and I can show you that. This side is a desert side. It's not done. And this side is a northwest side, upper northwest type country where it's mountainous and a lot of trees. I have a lot more trees to make. My deciduous trees are made from super trees products and a couple different kinds of leafy type materials I've made, using sawdust and things like that. So I just try different things, see what I can find. Okay, now I'm gonna walk around. I gotta jump underneath this bridge here for a second. Okay, so this is a little building I made. I made it out of foam core and Sintra. It's kind of a representation of kind of a machine shed for BNSF in the Southwest. I don't have the doors on it yet or the windows. There will be some of that in there. Here's where I was saying I've already painted some of the track. I have to pull a lot of it up and paint it still, and I've been kind of avoiding that. That'll happen probably a little bit more this winter. And I got to finish putting the road actually in, and some cement in these areas here and inside the building. The track runs really well. This secondary track is just a yard track. It is powered, and actually I have a couple of switches that just to light up the engines. There's no DCC, it's just DC, but I do use switches to light the engines up. The lights, so when they're sitting there parked, they light up. Like I say, it's pretty reliable. Everything works pretty good. I've got 8 sets of feeders scattered around the track, so it all runs pretty consistently. With summer humidity, I did have a little bit of issues with some of the track getting moist, and I had to clean it a little more often. Now that winter's coming, though, I think it'll be a lot better. And then now the room has got its own heat and everything too. So back here, the backdrop is just made out of masonite that I glued to the walls, actually tacked, and a little bit of glue. And then I just airbrushed some miscellaneous clouds on the walls, just using an airbrush tool. So it came out pretty good. They're not perfect, but I like it the way it is. Of course, I airbrushed some of the back behind the hills and things like that too, and then I hand painted behind the river over here. What I've done back here is I've got the grain elevator sitting there, and you can see the ground area is not even finished at all. That's because I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put some more track in. I might do something a little different. Haven't decided yet. A lot of this is up in the air yet. I do have to have my secondary track connect to the main track, and I'm going to do that right back over here. I just haven't done it yet. The back rock area is made out of one big piece of pink foam, which I carved using a serrated knife and scraped it and pounded on it to make it look smooth. And then I painted it using a couple different colors of paint. I think it came out pretty good. It's just tacked down in case I ever decide I just want to put buildings back there. I haven't decided yet what I want to do that way. So we'll just have to see how I'm going to end up doing something. I'm not even sure yet, but a lot of this is going to change. But for the most part, I think the desert part has come along. It looks pretty decent. It's a lot to manage a layout this size by yourself and trying to get it all done, and just trying to figure out how to do things and work your way through it and trying things, and some things work, some things don't. The buildings are just a lot of kits. There's some paper buildings back there, some I bought online and then just glued them to foam core. Quite a few of these buildings I built myself. A couple, as you can see, there are just some Walters kits you can buy that are already pre-built. A lot of them are just hand-built by me from kits and kit bashing. Well, when you come over to this side, this is where it switches really over to the woods. I think it's come out pretty good with the landscaping. Right in this area, I'm going to put a gas station. I just haven't decided which one I want and what I want. Here I made a bridge, dual bridge, and a large river. It's about 8 feet long, the whole thing all the way down to the end. And I used resin for the water. I may put water ripples in it or water waves. I usually do, but I just haven't done it because I actually just poured this in the last probably week or so. And of course I did all the scenery around the water using a variety of materials. And again, more trees, more grass. This is the grass I use here is just that scrub brush from Woodland Scenics, or actually it's Scenic Express. And some more of my trees, which this side of the hill is, all this area is going to be packed with trees when I'm done to look more like this area right in here. This is what I want it to be, all the way down and all the way up on top. Of course, I will ballast the track. I'm probably going to ballast this side of the track. This is already painted and glued. I'm going to probably do all that over the next week or so. This using a kind of a darker gray. I've got 2 sets of feeders on this side, so it is pretty reliable. And then coming over here, I got a couple of sets of deer in the woods. There's a mama, a daddy. There's actually one down here drinking water. If you look right down over here. And then actually there's another one running from the train coming, running up the hill as it comes off the bridge. So I think it's coming along, that part's pretty good. Got a little cabin stuffed in the woods. And again, this part's going to get more trees once I build some more. I have to do some more pines as well. The pines are very fast to build. They only take 4 or 5 minutes a piece to make, whereas the deciduous trees, it's kind of a several hour process of spraying, letting them dry, gluing, letting them dry, sprinkling with powders and stuff and then letting them dry. Where the pine trees, once you can pretty much make those things in just about 5 minutes and paint them and pluck them down on your layout. None of my trees are glued, absolutely none. They're all I just take a screwdriver, punch a hole, and stick them down in there, and they stay pretty good. That way, if I ever want to change it, and I change it pretty often. So I don't know, I get kind of bored with the way things look, so I end up walking around and picking up 10, 15 trees, moving them to a different area. So, but I mean, I think it's come out pretty good so far. Like I say, it runs really well. I mean, I could let the thing sit and run for hours like this, and it would. It is only one track running around with it. I got the secondary track over here. If I ever actually decide I could put 2 tracks around it, there's enough room all the way around. And in the back over here by where that tall building is in the background, there's a portal going through where I could make it actually come out into our family room on the other side of the wall. I've already got it inside the sheetrock set up for a tunnel. So at some point I might do that. I'm not sure when, or even still if I'm going to do that. But I'm also considering down below building another a yard of some sort. I'm not going to put a helix in or anything like that. I don't think there's really enough room in here. And I don't have that much stuff to make one. I just want to have it so I can store things underneath. And you can kind of see I got a lot of room for storage underneath. This side of the layout where the desert is sticks out from the wall 26 inches. And back there it's 30 inches deep. And on this side it's 22. So basically it's kind of a 4x16 layout that is cut in half and spread apart. So I was actually gonna do just a 4x6 and walk around the outer and have a scenic divider, but I don't know, I just thought this was kind of a neat idea. And then I really like the idea of the canopy. I still have to clean it up and touch it up, but it sure works good. And plus on top, I can store things. I got a whole G-scale layout that might be running across the whole top of this thing. But I do store things up there. It's very strong the way I've got it built. It's all built with 1x3s, so it's pretty strong, that part. And the bottom is 1x4s. So it's, like I say, it's all strong and solid. It ain't going nowhere. I mean, you can set a lot of weight on it. And then of course I put the masonite on the brown board masonite, and that will be painted. I haven't decided even the color of that. I was thinking to color my gray walls, but I haven't decided for sure. A lot of people say the brown looks really nice. It kind of does. I like it, but we'll just have to see what happens in the future with what I do, you know, with the look of it. I just haven't decided. And even this town here that I've kind of got set up, this, I'm gonna probably still change some of the buildings out. I like the ones I got, but some of these other ones are a little too old for the kind of trains I'm using. Old style, I should say. And so I'm gonna change some of these out at some point as I build more. I did build, like I say, most of these. I have so many buildings. That's the thing. I've got either super modern or a lot of these older style, probably 40s and 50s style buildings, which a lot of these are. But they work good, you know, for now. So, and of course in paper buildings, they're unlimited. You can do as much as you want, make as many as you want. I bought, like I say, I bought those on eBay, and I've done some of my own, taking pictures, and I've got a whole bunch of those to put up sometime. The backdrop here, I just took off some pictures off the internet and just put them on some vinyl and stuck them to the wall. They're not permanent, so I can peel them off. And actually this whole desert side here is something that I only made it desert because I thought it would be kind of easy right now, and it'd give it a finished look for when we have company this winter. My plan is in the future eventually to make this whole side here like this side with all the trees, but this is 16 and a half feet long, requiring a lot of trees to make it good and dense. And then this part here, I might be cutting this whole area down, all of this, and bringing it way down, you know, about 3 feet down, and making a big giant canyon with some kind of a curved bridge on it. I haven't decided for sure, but something like that. Just all these different things I might do in the future, you know, and see as I decide what I want to do. I'm never sure 100%. I'm always kind of coming up with a few different ideas and thoughts, and then I realize, oh, I like that idea, and then next thing I know, I forget about it, and then I think I had a plan, and I just kind of forgot about it, and I never decide to go back, or don't remember what I decided in the first place. So we'll just see what happens. It's hard to say. So now, if you like it, leave a message, or subscribe. I will be updating it a lot and adding pictures. This is just a layout, like I say, that I just started. I actually started the layout June 5th of this year, but it took me a while to build the canopy over it, and then the table. I started that in April. So just leave a comment and let me know if there's anything you have any questions about or want to talk about, and I'll get back to you when I see the messages. Thank you.